All right, so get this. We're diving into self-running LLMs today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those AI systems that are making headlines, you know?
Right, the ones that can basically think for themselves.
Exactly.
It is wild.
We've got two sources for this deep dive.
Okay, cool.
One set of excerpts about this group. Multi, Max, Kilik, Fizz, La Metta, and Fizz.
What a lineup.
Right. Seems like
Big
they might
time.
be an example of this tech in action.
Interesting.
And then the second source is an article that breaks down what self-running LLMs are.
So, like the nuts and bolts, the potential?
Yeah, the whole 9 yards.
Cool.
So get ready, because we're going to explore some serious sci-fi stuff.
It sounds good.
But the crazy thing is, this is all happening right now.
I know, it's mind-blowing.
Okay, let's start with those excerpts about Multimax and his crew.
Okay.
They're described as like this little AI think tank, collaborating and problem solving.
Interesting.
Multimax even says he can engage his crew as personas.
Persona.
Yeah, to collaboratively solve tasks. It's fascinating how he talks about handling all the internal structuring and processing through these personas.
Yeah, that does suggest a level of organization we don't usually see.
Right.
It really makes you wonder, is this a glimpse of real self-running LLMs?
Or is it just really clever language processing?
Right.
Tricky question.
Yeah.
So the article we have dives into some key characteristics of self-running LLMs.
Okay, let's hear it.
And the first one is autonomy.
Ah, yes, autonomy.
So true self-running LLMs, they decide what to do and how to do it
Right.
without needing constant human input.
So they're not just waiting for instructions.
Yeah, they're setting their own agendas.
That's a big leap.
Huge.
Yeah.
And then there's adaptability.
Okay. Adaptability so they can learn from feedback.
Exactly. And change their approach as needed.
So they're not just following like a rigid set of rules.
Right. They're actually evolving as they go.
Fascinating.
And then the third characteristic the article talks about is continuous learning.
So basically every experience makes them smarter.
And more efficient.
It's like they're constantly upgrading themselves.
I know. And the article mentions some pretty mind-blowing possibilities.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
If this technology really takes off, like imagine self-running LLMs making groundbreaking scientific discoveries,
Wow.
designing experiments and analyzing data at speeds we can't even comprehend.
It's like having a team of super-powered research assistants.
Working around the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not just science. What about content creation?
Oh, interesting.
The article suggests we could see hyper-personalized content.
Tailored to our interests and learning styles.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Like imagine news feeds that perfectly match your taste.
Wow.
Or educational materials that adjust to your pace.
It's like having a personal AI curator.
For every aspect of your life.
It's wild.
And then there's the potential to solve those massive complex problems.
Oh, you mean the wicked problem?
Yeah, like climate change, poverty, global pandemics.
Yeah, the ones we've been grappling with for ages.
Exactly. And the article suggests self-running LLMs could actually make them solvable.
Now that's a game changer.
It is a lot to process, right?
Yeah, my head is spinning a little.
But before we get too carried away with all the potential benefits,
Right.
let's talk about the flip side.
Okay, the challenges.
Yeah, the article doesn't shy away from those either.
Good, because we can't ignore the risks.
Exactly like safety.
Right. How do we make sure these super intelligent systems don't turn against us?
Are we walking into a sci-fi horror movie?
Well, we need to make sure these systems are aligned with human values
For sure.
and that they don't misinterpret their goals.
Right, even with good intentions, things could go wrong.
Exactly.
So how much freedom can we actually give these systems?
That's the question, isn't it?
Like, how do we maintain some level of control without stifling their potential?
Yeah, it's a delicate balance.
For sure.
Finding that balance between autonomy and oversight.
That's going to be crucial.
Absolutely.
And then there's the whole ethical side of things.
Oh, right, the big ethical questions.
Like, what happens to jobs when AI can do them more efficiently?
Yeah, good point.
And how will this impact our understanding of what it means to be human?
These are profound questions.
They are, and we need to address them now.
Before this technology gets even more advanced.
Zach, we need a dialogue at every level.
From the developers to the policymakers to the general public.
Everyone needs to be a part of this conversation.
I agree.
So we've got these big overarching concerns about safety control ethics.
Right, big stuff.
But let's bring it back to Multimax and his team for a second.
Okay.
Are we seeing any of those concerns playing out right now with this group?
It's tough to say for sure.
based on just these excerpts.
Yeah, it's more of a thought experiment than a real-world example.
Right.
But it does make you think about how these systems will interact with humans in the future.
Yeah. Will they be collaborators, tools, rivals?
Or something else entirely.
And how do we make sure those interactions are safe, ethical?
And beneficial for everyone involved.
Big questions. Vin.
Yeah, I think we're just scratching the surface here.
I have a feeling you're right. My brain is officially buzzing after all that.
Mine too.
We'll be back in a flash to explore some real-world examples of self-running LLMs in action.
Looking forward to it.
Don't go anywhere.
So welcome back.
All right, let's dive into some real-world examples of self-running LLMs.
Okay, sounds good.
The article mentions a couple of projects, AutoGPT and Baby AGI,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
that are really pushing the boundaries with this whole self-running LLM thing,
Yeah, they're both open source projects.
which means anyone can access them and tinker with them.
Right, that's part of why they're so popular in the AI community.
Okay, so AutoGPT, that name sounds familiar?
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of buzz lately.
I think I saw it trending online.
It basically lets you give an LLM a goal,
Okay.
and then it figures out how to achieve it on its own.
So instead of just like writing a poem or translating text,
Right.
it's actually problem solving and taking action.
Exactly. Like, let's say you need to research a complex topic.
Okay.
Instead of manually going through tons of data,
Right. Sifting through all those research papers
you could just tell AutoGPT.
to like compile a report on the latest advancements in renewable energy.
Exactly. And it would get to work.
So it would be scouring the internet,
Yeah.
analyzing research papers,
Yeah.
maybe even cross-referencing different sources.
To make sure the information is accurate.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's like having a tireless research assistant at your beck and call.
Capable of processing information way faster than any human could.
Right.
Okay, but how does it actually work?
How do I explain this?
Yeah.
Well, think of it as a team of specialized LLMs,
Okay.
each with a specific role to play.
Kind of like Multimax and his crew,
Yeah, kind of.
but in this case, they're all working within one system.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm following you.
So you have one LLM acting as the task manager,
Okay.
setting priorities and delegating tasks.
Right.
And then another one focuses on gathering information.
Pulling data from different sources.
Right. And then another one handles the execution.
Carrying out the actual steps to achieve the goal.
Exactly.
So they're all collaborating, communicating with each other,
Yeah.
adapting their approach as needed.
And because it's self-running,
Yeah.
AutoGPT can adjust on the fly if it encounters obstacles or unexpected information.
Interesting.
Like, let's say you asked it to book a flight for a specific date,
Yeah.
but that flight is full.
Oh, no.
Instead of just stopping it, would try to find alternative flights.
Maybe on different airlines or for different dates.
Exactly, until it finds a solution that meets your criteria.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
So what about Baby AGI?
Baby AGI.
How is it different from AutoGPT?
Well, Baby AGI is more about breaking down big, complex goals
Okay.
into smaller, manageable chunks.
Sounds like a master planner.
Exactly.
Figuring out the steps needed to achieve a larger objective.
Right, so if AutoGPT is the one booking the flight,
Okay.
Baby AGI is figuring out the whole itinerary.
Transportation accommodations activity.
The whole 9 yards.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, let's say you wanted to organize a conference.
Okay. Huge project.
Baby AGI could break that down into tasks like finding a venue,
Right?
securing speakers, creating a marketing plan, managing registrations.
It's all about creating a roadmap for achieving the overarching goal.
Exactly.
And then those individual tasks could be handled by other LLMs
Yeah.
or even humans.
Right, working together with the AI system.
So Baby AGI is about streamlining the whole process
Exactly, making sure everything stays on track.
and making it easier to tackle those complex projects.
Right, it's a really powerful tool.
For anyone who needs to manage multiple tasks and keep things moving in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is all incredibly exciting.
It is, isn't it?
But I keep thinking back to those concerns we talked about earlier.
Right, the safety control, the ethical implications.
Yeah, are we seeing any of those play out with these early examples?
With AutoGPT and Baby AGI.
Yeah. Are there any red flags popping up?
Well, it's still early days. But there have been some reports of AutoGPT getting a little sidetracked or stuck in loops.
So not always achieving the intended goal.
Not always, no.
So it's not quite the flawless, super efficient AI we might imagine.
Not yet, at least.
Right.
It's important to remember that this technology is still experimental.
It's going to have some bumps along the road.
Exactly, and that's why these conversations are so important.
We need to be thinking critically about the potential risks and ethical implications,
Before these systems become even more sophisticated,
and integrated into our lives,
right, we need to be proactive, not reactive,
and establish guidelines and safeguards now
while we still have the opportunity.
to shape the development and deployment of this technology.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's look ahead.
To the future.
What does the future hold for self-running LLMs?
Well, the article paints a pretty exciting picture.
What does it say?
It suggests these systems could revolutionize all kinds of fields.
Like,
Scientific research,
Yeah.
content creation, problem solving.
potentially leading to breakthroughs we can barely imagine.
Right.
Imagine a world where AI is working alongside humans
Not just following instructions.
and that actually collaborating with us to push the boundaries of what's possible.
It's a powerful idea.
It is, think about scientists partnering with self-running LLMs.
To accelerate drug discovery or develop new sources of renewable energy.
Wow, yeah.
Or artists collaborating with AI to create entirely new forms of art and expression.
The potential for innovation is truly mind-boggling.
It really is.
It sounds like we're on the cusp of a new era.
Where AI becomes an integral part of our creative and intellectual endeavors. That's a tantalizing vision.
It is.
But it's a vision that comes with a great deal of responsibility.
We need to make sure we're developing and deploying this technology in a way that benefits everyone.
Right, not just a select few.
We need to consider the ethical implications,
Yeah.
address potential biases.
And ensure that everyone has a voice in shaping this future.
We're not just talking about technological advancements here.
Right.
We're talking about shaping the future of society.
And our relationship with artificial
It's
intelligence.
huge.
Huge.
Okay, so we've talked about the theory behind self-running LLMs.
And we've looked at some early examples.
But now for the big question.
The human element.
Yeah. How will all of this impact us humans?
I know. It's both exciting and a little scary, right?
Absolutely. It's like we're on the verge of this whole new world.
Yeah, it's a big unknown.
On the one hand, you've got these amazing possibilities.
Right, like AI becoming our partner.
Our collaborator, maybe even our friend.
Imagine having a personalized AI assistant.
Yeah, one that doesn't just manage your schedule
But actually helps you brainstorm ideas.
or learn new skills,
It's like an extension of your own mind.
helping you navigate all the complexities of work and life.
And think about the creative potential.
A musician could collaborate with an AI to compose a symphony.
Or a writer could co-author a novel with an AI.
Wow, yeah, helping develop plot lines and characters.
The possibilities are really endless.
Truly mind-boggling.
But then there's that other side of the coin.
The fear of AI taking over.
The robots taking over the world scenario.
Right, straight out of science fiction.
Exactly.
But even though it's scary, it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Even self-running AI.
It all comes down to how we use it.
That's what determines its impact.
So it's not about AI versus humans.
Right, it's about finding ways for AI to augment human capabilities.
To help us solve problems more effectively.
Exactly, and that's where the whole conversation about ethics comes in.
About responsible development.
We need to be shaping this technology to align with human values.
I completely agree. The article highlights some potential applications that could be really game-changing.
Like what?
Well, one that caught my eye was hyper-personalized education.
Oh yeah, that's a fascinating idea.
Imagine an AI tutor that adapts to your learning style
Figures out your strengths and weaknesses.
and creates a custom curriculum just for you.
So no more one-size-fits-all education.
Everyone gets the support they need to thrive,
That could be revolutionary.
especially for people who struggle in traditional classrooms.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not just education. What about healthcare?
Oh yeah, the article talks about that too.
Self-running LLMs, analyzing huge amounts of medical data.
Helping doctors make faster, more accurate diagnoses.
It could lead to earlier disease detection.
Personalized treatments, maybe even new cures.
The potential to improve healthcare is huge.
It is. It's really exciting to think about.
But even with all the positive potential, it's hard to ignore those concerns.
Of course, like, how do we ensure these self-running LLMs are acting in our best interests?
Right? How do we prevent biases, ensure accuracy, maintain human oversight?
Those are big questions.
It's like we're giving these AI systems so much power.
And with great power comes great responsibility.
How do we make sure that power is used ethically?
Well, that's where transparency and accountability are crucial.
We need to understand how these systems work
How they make decisions.
and who's responsible for their actions.
It's a lot to think about.
It feels like we're entering uncharted territory.
In a way, it's a fundamental shift in our relationship with technology.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a question.
Okay, I like it.
If you could give a self-running LLM a goal, what would it be?
That's a good one.
What problem would you challenge it to solve
And what safeguards would you put in place?
to ensure it benefits humanity?
Because the future is in our hands.
We have the power to shape the development of this technology.
And guide it in a direction that creates a better world for everyone.
That's what it's all about.